Good afternoon and welcome to Lunch and Learn Live with Dr. Todd Royce from Chiropractic First and Rhino Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I guess my song got the dogs excited, except one of them can't access me, so she's the one who you often see in the videos. Her name is Maddie. Anyway, so today we are talking about the amazing wisdom of the body and how you can maximize it. Excuse me, I've been maximizing the wisdom of my body by working out real hard in the heat. Then I showered, thought a cold shower would take care of business so I wouldn't be sweating, but I'm still sweating, so forgive the visual and forgive it. But hopefully this information will be useful enough for you. So we're talking about the wisdom of the body and how absolutely amazing it is. In over 25 years of teaching health, I've seen some crazy, amazing miracles. None of it can be attributed to amazing doctors, including myself, or amazing physical therapists or MDs or surgeons. They play a very important role, but all of the credit of all healing goes to your body. What we say, the liver. We don't mean the hepar, this organ in the upper right quadrant of your abdomen, but it goes to the person who's alive. So when you think about it, a cut in the finger, that is a miracle how our body heals. There's a huge, amazing process. The body has to lay down prothrombin, and then it clots through a thrombin process, and it lays down like a spiderweb matrix of new tissue. How does the body know how to do all that stuff? How does it know not to put eyeballs where the finger is? Well, if you think about it, it's a miracle. Now, you can put salves or potions or Band-Aids, and if you think about it, we probably give too much credit to those things. A lot of people, and sometimes myself included, we look at a cut on our child or something and we freak out first, and then we say, oh, well, let's put some Neosporin on it, or let's give you some ibuprofen or whatever. Not that those are always bad, but just think about it. It reminds me of Dr. B.J. Palmer, the developer of chiropractic, who always talked about the giant versus the pygmy. Now, the pygmy is the doctor's intelligence who puts a salve on the finger and charges us $100, and the finger heals itself. Someone once said that the job of a doctor is to distract the patient while his body heals itself anyway. So Dr. B.J. Palmer was in Hawaii when helicopters were first becoming the rage, which was many, many years ago. He flew over Mount Kilauea, an active volcano in Hawaii. It's the largest mountain in the world. It's not the tallest, but it's the largest. He flew over that mountain and watched it erupt, and the amazing miracle that is. And then a few days later, he was in a drugstore, and he saw a bottle of pills that said, Norwich's laxative helps with nature. He said, I wonder what would happen if I took a couple of those pills and threw them into that volcano. I wonder how much effect that would have on the volcano. Well, the answer is obviously not very much or none, because the giant is the innate intelligence that makes your body. Did you know that your body makes 25 million cells every second? 25 million cells every second you're alive. Your body can take pizza that tomorrow will be eyeballs, elbows, and fingernails. That's a miracle. So 25 million a second, that means that every 13 seconds, your body makes more cells than there are humans in the United States right now. You think of stress, how our bodies respond to stress. Now, one of the biggest things that we teach is avoiding stress. I've had a little bit of stress today, dealing with a few more things than I usually do. So I have tools to deal with that, and we teach this through these Lunch and Learn classes and through our Rhino program. We get a little more involved with the Rhino program. But our body's amazing response to stress, if you think about it, if I'm walking down a dark alleyway and suddenly I see a gang of scary looking dudes with weapons coming around the corner, my body's going to have some very, very powerful responses. It's going to release cortisol, whose purpose is to release blood sugar. It's going to release epinephrine, which is technically adrenaline. They're two different things, because epinephrine is the synthetic form that we manufacture, but adrenaline comes right in your own body, right in the exact right amounts at the right time, in the right dose, with the right tissue compatibility. But that adrenaline, the cortisol, these things prepare my body to either run with amazing speeds or to go and fight this gang of thugs, which my wife would probably say I would do the latter, which she doesn't know. I can be a big baby sometimes, but luckily she believes me and supports me. But that brings up this. when we have those stresses, we can develop superhuman strength. Did you know that your muscles are actually far stronger? When we look at people doing the almost totally worthless exercise of bicep curls, when they do these curls, they are accessing a certain amount of strength. Maybe a super strong guy, when he's really working out hard, getting that pump, he can maybe curl 100 pounds with both arms with a barbell. Did you know that those muscles are actually capable of far more pull than 100 pounds? Actually, the reality of the strength is unknown, but it's more like 1,500 pounds. But your brain and your mind will actually inhibit strength to the muscles. Now, why do I say brain and mind? Because they're two very different things. Your brain is what automatically runs all your cells, tissues, and organs in your body through your spinal cord, which is why doctors of chiropractic work on the spine. But your brain will shut that down to protect the tendons, the ligaments, and the tissues of the muscle. Your mind will, as soon as you detect pain, decide to wuss out in a lot of cases. I know I have many times, but one of the biggest things in our Rhino program is that we coach people beyond what they think they can do. You can do a lot more than you think you can do. So your mind and your brain will shut down that muscle strength, but you've probably heard stories of people who their child's underneath the car, so they pick up the whole car and they don't know how they did it. Well, the answer is the brain and the mind were overridden, and the body produced superhuman levels of strength. Did you know that for every pound of muscle or fat, unfortunately, that you put on, your body will manufacture 7 miles of blood vessels? 7 miles for a pound of it. You picture like a pound of hamburger, 7 miles of blood vessels in a human body for that. That is a walking miracle. Did you know that a human is the fastest animal on earth, if you consider a human an animal? We are the fastest creature on earth over long distances. Every year there are races where the most elite human runners compete against the most elite horses. And almost every year we beat them over long distances. You may have heard of, I think they call it pursuit hunting. You may look up on YouTube, there's this amazing hunt of an incredible African athlete, lives in Africa, he's a tribal mite. So he lives in Africa, and he chases after this kudu, this big, huge, kind of like a deer, more like a water buffalo. And he chases it for, I forget how many miles, a crazy number of miles over 2 or 3 days. He just runs and runs and runs. And what physiologists have figured out is that humans can outpace these animals. They think it's because we can actually have our breathing faster than our legs can move. So what they theorize is like a horse, they work like a billows, like you pump a fire up to give it oxygen. So when a horse or a cat or any quadruped, when they open their legs, they breathe in. When they close them to run, they breathe out. So a human can actually breathe faster than that. We can get more oxygen to our muscles, so we are better endurance athletes. Think of that. Now, some of us may need a little work on our endurance, but you have the capability to outrun almost any animal. Now, don't go racing a cheetah, or worse yet, a leopard, because short term, they'll catch you. So why do I say all this? I say all this because of this. When it comes to healing, to getting your body healed, not just of any particular sickness, but when it comes to having your body walk in healing, walk in health, walk in the ability to do the things you want to do, to be able to be strong for your kids and your grandkids, to be able to feel good throughout the day, to be able to heal yourself of cancer, of heart disease, of diabetes, you must first understand that your body is built amazing. One of the world's most famous cancer doctors, Dr. Bernie Siegel, said, there are no incurable diseases, only incurable people. The healing journey starts right here. You have to know in your mind, in your heart of hearts, that you are made to be healed and to walk in divine health because you're designed healthy. Don't worry if you forgot about it. That's my job, is to remind you, sometimes to give a little hand up and pull you up so you can walk in that healing. That's the most important thing that we do, is deal with, we call, those of you who are patients, you know what a subluxation is. It's a misaligned vertebra that cuts off healing to our body. Sometimes we have it, what we call, this is the atlas vertebra, the top bone in the neck. Sometimes we as humans have an above atlas subluxation, meaning something's messed up, there's a screw loose in the brain that forgets that we can heal. So our first job is to teach you that you can heal, and you can heal. And we can create the environment for your body with the right nutrients, the right movement, the right structural correction so that you can walk in healing. That's what we're all about. That's why we exist. That's why we do these lunch and learns. So whether you live on Mars or Denmark, hi Melina, and, or whether you live in Timbuktu or in New York, wherever you are, as long as you have access to the World Wide Web, you can learn about how to get true health. So thank you for joining me today. If you aren't signed up yet and you're interested in joining our talk tonight, we do have a Rhino launch talk. We still have a few seats left, I believe, last I checked. So this is where we're talking about our 10-week wellness program where people are losing weight, getting amazing energy, getting rid of disease processes. Every day I'm hearing of new awesome miracles. And if you want to come learn about it, no obligation. One of you present tonight will win a free program, no strings attached, no questions asked. So if you like the program, please comment on here. Please like our Chiropractic First and our Rhino Facebooks. And you can also replay these on YouTube where you can subscribe to my channel, Todd Royce. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an amazing afternoon, and we'll see you soon. Right!